Hey, what's up? What's up? Let's talk about the brain science of how we think. I know, stay with me, okay? Stay with me. It's not going to be super boring and a whole bunch of big techno babble words. What I mean is when you feel a certain way, the brain chemistry and your body chemistry, like the neurochemicals, the brain chemicals, the body chemicals, the physical chemicals, the emotional chemicals, they come together in this. There's many different kinds, and they do many different things, and they all interact together to give you that physical feeling and that train of thought and that emotion and that feeling, whether it be negative or positive, undesirable or desirable, good or bad. And what's crazy is, we practice these states. That's what it is. It's a state of being. And the second you initiate a chemical pathway, I talk about this because you're still in control of it. Like, you're still the consciousness inside of this physical body. But this physical body, it runs on physical things. Now, you are still the center, you are the consciousness, you are the tone setter, you are the vibration setter, you are the attractor and repeller, you are the boss, you are the executive. It's like driving a car. You're driving the car, but the car is going to react certain ways based on what you do from the driver's seat. You're driving your body here, you're driving your mind, okay? And when you turn the wheel a certain way, hit the gas a certain way, hit the brakes a certain way, shift gears a certain way, go up hills, down hills, through gravel roads, through off roads, through paved roads, through into water. Like, you initiate things. And when you feel negative, begin with one negative thought, or one not good feeling, or one spark of resentment or judgment, or something that doesn't feel good. And it casks in your physicalness, the neurochemicals, the brain chemicals, the hormones, the physical chemicals, the sympathetic, the parasympathetic, the fight or flight, the stress, the worry, the love, the oxytocin, the dopamine, the serotonin, the everything, cortisol, everything. These are all names of chemicals, tons of them in your body. You initiate a cascade of chemicals being emitted, and this very certain specific cocktail based on how you're feeling and where you're going. And odds are you've found yourself feeling similar ways many times in your life about many different things, good and bad, happy, sad, all that stuff. And sometimes you can get really worked up and get really pissed off, and you send it really is like a cocktail, a very specific cocktail of drugs that you take, that your body emits inside of you to make you feel a certain way. When you drink alcohol, or you smoke marijuana, or you do drugs, you feel certain ways, you think certain ways. It's because it initiates a cascade of chemical responses and a balance inside of your body and your mind, your brain anyways. And so you feel like that, and it lasts a certain amount of time. Now, if you've gotten really good at pissing yourself off for weeks, then you know how to initiate some very potent chemicals and very potent mixes on a very high amount for a very long time. But it's the same if you know how to feel good, if you know how to feel happy, if you know how to see what's good around you, and you can practice yourself to go down that cascade. Can you imagine starting one good thought and it just lasting for weeks, months? Because you've probably done it with anger, resentment, grudges, moods, dissatisfaction. You've probably milked those out for weeks, maybe months, maybe years. But have you really done it with joy, with gratitude, with love? Have you really started one incident that you just milked and milked and milked and worked on and focused on? See, it sounds like hard to do, to be happy to many of us. Like, oh, I gotta keep this up. I gotta keep up this gratitude. I gotta keep up this. But it's so funny because you can get angry or fearful or worrisome, and you can just let it off to the races with rocket fuel behind it. But it seems like it's hard, and you gotta push the the gratitude, the love. I gotta keep this up. I gotta keep this up. But the pissed offness is just, it's hard to stop because you're so good and practiced at it. And this cocktail that you've taught your body to be able to respond, it's very efficient at it. So you have to literally let its engine go away from not use, the negative engine, and start building the positive engine so it can soon get a rocket behind it. Imagine, again, having one gratitude thought, one thought of love, one nice thing that you see, one little nice thing, and it just sets off a massive cascade in you that you can't even slow down, of happiness and joy and good feeling. It lasts days, weeks, months, maybe years. Wow, that's a powerful, that's something you can't buy. Pharmaceutical companies try to give you drugs and try to give you this and that, and your drug dealers, if you got some, whether you're going to a pharmacist or a legal drug dealer, like they're still giving you drugs. Once I got a strong argument for why both of them have drawbacks for sure. But you have, and they're just trying to mimic what your body already does, and they're a substitute for the natural thing. If you can work on building your own happiness engine, happiness pattern, happiness habit in your life, then that's something money can't buy. And that's why no one's really selling you that, because you can't really buy it. You have to make it yourself. And you have to make it yourself. Like if you want life to be good, you got to make it yourself. No one's going to do it for you. No one's going to wake up and say, how can I go make everything happen in someone else's life? Even if it's your friend or your parent or your brother or your siblings or your aunts or uncles or whatever, they're not going to get up and go dedicate their lives to you, to your success, your fulfillment, because no one can go teach you how to be happy. You have to choose it, and you have to practice it. Just like no one can really make you go work, lose weight, get slim, get fit, because you actually have to work to do that. You have to move, you have to eat less, you have to put in effort. And that's the truth, you just do. But it's that experience, it's those experiences that's why we're really here. I mean, find a way to enjoy exercise or eating healthier foods. Okay, I'm gonna stop, but practice your happiness patterns and milk them. Milk them like you do when you get pissed off at somebody and just hold on to that bullshit for months. Just find what's good around you and practice that, and you'll get better and better and better and better and better at it, stronger and stronger. It would just become an automatic thing you do, like driving home. You remember driving all the way home. You're like, did I stop at that stop sign? Did I lock that door? Did I lock my car? You just do them so automatically, you're not even consciously aware of it. And you can train yourself to be just happy without even being aware of putting forth any effort. It just happens. Okay, you're awesome.